Good morning and Sairam to all the students. Welcome back in your social science class. So student, today we are going to finish our chapter of geography book, that is major landforms of the earth. So as we had already covered some of the parts of this chapter, so let's do a small recall. Everybody knows that earth is made up of land and water, and the solid portion of the earth is known as lithosphere. So if we talk about the landform, the natural shapes or features of the earth known as landform, it includes mountains, valleys, plateaus, plains, island and peninsula. Earth, the changes of earth occurs because of internal process and external process. So there are two kind of process, internal and external process. Because of these two process, these variation in the landform occur. The first type of landforms are mountains. Everybody knows about the mountains, and types of mountains we can say fold mountain, block mountain, volcanic and reducible mountain. So we had already covered about these mountains, and now we will see about the you can see different kind of mountains. Now valleys. So valleys are also one of the type of the landforms. What is valley? Now if you see the picture, you can see valley generally something V shape, that's why it's also known as valley. A valley is a low area between hills or mountains with a river running through it. Now you can see in picture also. There are three common types of valleys, which include V-shaped valley, U-shaped valley and flat flowed valley. So how many types of valley? Three: V-shape, U-shape and flat. So what is the important in valley? That it is a low area. That it is a low area between hills or mountains and with a river running through it. Now you can see in picture also, and it is an example of a V-shaped valley, and you can see it is a low area between hills and mountain and river also running through it. So simple and very easy definition of a valley. A valley is a low area between hills or mountain, typically with a river running through it. Now as I told you types of valley also, so this is the example of V-shaped valley. So in V-shaped valley, it is usually has a river at the bottom. Now you can see in both picture river, this is a river at the bottom, and generally if you observe the shape of the picture, it is a V shape, and it is V shape like this. So this is the example of the V shape valley. Now U shape valley also you can see, observe it, U shape, it is a U shape valley like this, our U. So you can see it is a U shape valley. So U shape valley is a geographical formation characterized by high and steep sides and rounded or its valley bottom. So if you see the difference, there is a slightly different in V shape and in U shape, as V shape valley is like this and U shape valley is like this. So this is a picture of a U shape valley. And flat flowed valley, this is a picture of a flat flowed valley. You can see the picture of a flat row valley. Here there is no U or V shape, it's just a flat row valley. Now flat flowed valley, The shape of the valley changes from V or U shape valley into one with the broad flat valley floor. An example of flat floor valley, it is the Nile River Valley. So what is the example? Nile River Valley is a flat floored valley. So how many types of valleys we have? We have three types of valley: V shape, U shape and flat floored valley. How many types? V shape, U shape, flat floored valleys. So three types of valleys we have. Now, as I told you, we have mountains, we have valleys. Now let's continue by plateaus. So the next type of landform is plateaus. Now what is plateau? A plateau is an elevated flat land. Okay, so it is just a flat elevated landform that rises sharply above the surrounding area on at least one side. Very simple definition, or one definition is also given in your NCERT book, which is a plateau is an elevated flat land. It is a flat top table land standing above the surrounding area. Okay, so basically what is the important line here? That the table land standing above the surrounding area, that, or here the rises, if you see, rises sharply above the surrounding area. A plateau is flat elevated land rises sharply above the surrounding area on at least one side. Now if you see the picture, you can see in the picture properly that it is slightly rises from the surrounding. It is separately rises from the surrounding, like you can see this. So very easy and simple definition of the plateau. And a plateau may have one or two more sides with a steep slope. The height of a plateau often varies from few hundred meters to several thousand meters. So it's not there is any fixed height. It may be depending on the nature of a plateau. Plateau, like mountain, may be young or old. The Deccan Plateau in India is one of the oldest plateau. So one of the example of the plateau is Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau is one of the oldest plateau of India. The East Africa Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania in Western Plateau of Australia. So these are the some examples of the plateau. Now one more, the Tibet Plateau. If you know about the Tibet Plateau, the Tibet Plateau is the highest plateau in the world with height of 4,000 to 6,000 meter above sea level. So the Tibet Plateau, one of the famous plateau, its height is 4,000 to 6,000 meter above sea level. Now what is important about the plateau? That plateaus are very useful because they are rich in mineral deposit. Plateau, why plateaus are useful? Because they are very much rich in mineral deposit, and because these are very much rich in mineral deposit, so it become a very good mining area in the world. African Plateau is famous for gold and diamond mining. African, I am repeating so you can listen. African Plateau is famous for gold and diamond mining. Even in India also, Chota Nagpur Plateau is very famous for coal, iron and manganese. So in India, Chota Nagpur, in India, I will write here, in India, Chota Nagpur Plateau is famous for iron, coal and manganese. Chota Nagpur is very famous for iron, coal and manganese. So from your NCERT book you can read and underline about these important things. So as now you know that plateaus are very rich in minerals. Now our next type of landform is plains. Everybody knows about the plain. Also plains, it is very suitable for living, for us to live. So it is short, what is plain? A plain is a broad area of relatively flat land. A plain is a broad area of relatively flat land. They cover more than 1/3 of the world's land area. Plain exists on every continent. Everybody knows about the continent, and we live in the Asia continent, and every continent has sub area of plain. Plain are large stretch of flat land. They are generally not more than 200 meter above mean sea level. Subplain are extremely level, other may be slightly rolling, and most of the plains are formed by river. So river and their tributary has very much contribution in forming the plains. And everybody knows that plains are very suitable, plains are fertile, you can grow agriculture there. In plain, construction of transport network is easy. So because of these things, plains are thickly populated. Why plains are thickly populated? Because it is full of, they are very fertile, easily we can do agriculture work, and construction is very easy here, and that's why the plains are very thickly populated. Now some of the largest plain made by river are found in Asia and North America. So for example, in Asia these plains are formed by Ganga. These plains are formed by Ganga and Brahmaputra. So these are the two famous river in India, and in Yangtze in China. So as plains are very useful for human habitation. There is a great concentration of people as more flat land is available for building houses as well as for cultivation of people, and here soil is also very fertile. Because of these reasons, people like to or prefer to live on the plains. That's why plains are more or thickly populated than hills or hilly area. Now island, everybody knows about the island. Island is also one of the part of our landform, and island is a body of land surrounded by water. Many islands are quite small, covered less than 1 acre, and these are tiny islands are often called islet. Island and river are sometimes called exits or edge. So basically people does not prefer to live on island, but it is a very good holiday destination and people love to go there, spend some vacation on the islands. So islands also is also a part of our landform. Now peninsula. What is peninsula? Peninsula is a piece of land that is almost entirely surrounded by water but is connected to the mainland on one side. Now landforms and the people. Landforms and the people. So now landforms, we'll talk about the people on the landform. So as you know that human have been living on the different kinds of landform in different way. Life is difficult on mountain. So in mountain area life is difficult because in mountain it is difficult to grow crops, and construction is also very difficult. Atmosphere is highly cold during the nights. Sometimes the temperature is 0 or less than 0. So usually what people prefer plains, because there they can easily grow crops they can easily grow crops, they can easily construct buildings, they can easily do transportation work. Surroundings is also very good. Even the temperature, the climate of the plains are much better than the hills. So generally landform, in the topic of landform and the people prefer plains rather than the hills, plateaus, and you can say valleys, because plains gives everything for the survival. It is good for agriculture. It is good for agriculture, it is good for you can say temperature is also good, and everything is easily available on plain rather than the other types of landform. So now student, what you have to do, you have to read your chapter from your NCERT book and underline the main points. Try to find out and try to frame out the MCQ type question, and to solve the book exercise also. In the end of this chapter it is given tick the correct answer along with filling the blank. Read the chapter, do the tick the correct and filling the blanks in your book yourself, and in PDF also I am sending you, I will send you some question answer along with the MCQ also. But meanwhile you have to read the chapter again and again and try to solve the book exercise yourself. Now in this chapter what you have to do, you have to draw the diagram of the fold or block mountain. What you have to do, you have to draw the diagram of the fold and a block mountain in your geography notebook. So today's homework, draw diagram of fold and block mountain in your geography notebook. Okay, this is the homework for geography notebook. Sairam students, will meet in the next session with new chapter.